Hello, welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. This pick a card reading is a general reading, so it should fit any situation you find yourself in. As always, we have our three piles here with group 1 on the left through to group 3 on the right. The timestamps are in the description box below, along with the cards that I'm using. If you'd like a private reading with me, you can book that in the description box also. That being said, I'll leave you with your selection and I hope you enjoy your messages. Hey group 1, and welcome to your reading if you've chosen the angel and the pussycat. I don't know why I keep thinking owl and the pussycat, you know, a little nursery rhyme. But no, the angel and the pussycat. So we've got a tourmaline angel, protection and grounding, and strawberry quartz, which is a really beautiful stone for changes, which is interesting because there's a lot of messages about change coming in for you in this reading. So perfect little combination chosen by Jackson. And also this is a very special combination as well. You might notice they come together a bit because it's that message of having a special person in spirit that's there with you and guiding you. You may find that there's a special connection between you and your familiar, your pussycat, or it could be a pussycat who's no longer with you anymore, or a spirit family guide who's with you always, protecting you and there for you. And this reading does, I feel for many people connecting, has someone in spirit who they're missing very dearly, and I can see that here for you, absolutely. May not resonate with everyone, of course, but there is certainly, for this group in particular, that message here. So group 1, let's jump straight in, I suppose. What have we got here? I can see Cancer on the table, Virgo, Pisces, Aquarius, Gemini, Cancer, Taurus, Leo, and even Libra. Wow, there's lots of energies here. Okay, so we'll jump straight in with the past energy as we always do. And that has the Queen of Pentacles, the Chariot, and the Hermit all together here. And what I'm noticing about all of your cards actually is you're on a bit of a journey on your own. Not to say you don't have friends, family, or loved ones around you, especially those that encourage you on the path ahead, or those that inspire you in some way. However, I do feel like you're on a bit of your own journey right here. There is a sense of mastery in your energy, because a strong sense of mastery in your energy, because I'm getting a real lack of younger energy in this reading. It shows me that you have really accomplished a great deal in your journey so far. Sorry, just trying to handle the glare. But there's a big change happening for you, and I feel like you're coming home to something, or you're landing with a truth in your own journey here. And this could have a lot to do with your purpose, your direction in life. You may be off on your own journey in that regard at the moment, and that's exactly how you're supposed to be, I would say, considering all of these cards. There is an interesting amount of major arcanas in this reading, which does like an insane amount actually about in the week ahead. In the challenge, what will help with the challenge, that's more about the details. So that tells me that the bigger picture of your life is worth surrendering to right now, and the devil's in the details. Like, that stuff can smooth itself out in a sense. And even over further guidance, it's all major arcanas, the outcomes, 2 of them. It's when we see that many major arcanas in a reading, we're looking at really big changes, and we're looking at perhaps things that are outside of your control as well. Some of them very much are in your control, but just the destiny of your journey. It's like things are shifting. You're moving into a different timeline potentially. Some of you, a lot of you, this is to do with your business or some modality that you're studying or learning, or something you're learning about yourself, or you might be learning about your own gifts, about what you came here for. Some of you may be learning a lot more about spirit and connection to spirit and divining messages for yourself or for others. We have interesting cards that came out all together, and I feel like just showing them straight away, these oracles here. Portal, Called, and Herath. So the doors are opening, you decide, rewards and wild card. And when I look at this energy here with the Chariot, the Hermit, the Queen of Pentacles, it's like you are on this discovery journey that you need to find the gifts inside of you. And it's up, the doors are opening. There's an opportunity right now for you to really step into, and I think you already have, because that's past energy. You've already been doing this. You've got called, sold gifts, and training. It's time to step up. And that's exactly what I'm seeing here with this beautiful Queen of Pentacles and the Chariot. And for some of you, that means breaking away from old groups or a relationship or a situation so that you can go your own way. And then we have longing for home, homesick for the stars. So you may be missing someone who potentially is on the other side of the veil. For some of you, this may be a situation in your life, a relationship or a job or a role of some kind that you may grieve or miss quite dearly in your heart, feeling a little homesick for another place, even if you don't know where that is, or there is no person or thing that you can attribute this to. It could just be this longing, this sense inside of you that's got you in this hermit energy of seeking. So the Hermit moves over to the High Priestess in your current energy, which is quite impressive to see this combination together. It's a real soul-searching energy, and it's diving into the mysteries. And I think you're discovering quite a lot when you really tap in and explore. It's interesting, I felt really called to listen to a lot of mantras before I started this reading, so I might actually list them below. Just a couple of my favorites. I feel like this group in particular, I will say it to the others as well, but I feel like group 1 in particular would really benefit from a little mantra session of some beautiful song, and just let your body move, let yourself repeat the mantras, feel the power, feel the connection, feel the activation, because it's such a beautiful tool or gift or thing to use, a resource. So I will list some mantras below. Hopefully you can enjoy those. So looking into the week ahead, we've got that High Priestess, the Queen of Swords and the World. This is quite impressive. Look at the power in these cards. Look at the power in these women. Again, all of the cards show a single person, a person on their own. And so I do feel like there's a big change that you need to do on your own here. And with the Queen of Swords and the World, the High Priestess, all of this combination here, it's like you are concocting something very powerful for yourself. For some of you, this does include asserting really strong boundaries so that you can complete a really large cycle in your life that you're feeling divinely guided to do so, even if it might not make sense logically entirely. Although the Queen of Swords is here, there's plenty of logic in that energy. You may be being sort of pushed by an unseen force, or more of like your intuition, or this feeling, this sense. Further into your week, you have the Magician, the Star, and the Lovers, all major arcanas. Can you see this? It's pretty wild. So amazing to see the Magician, the Star, the Lovers. You're manifesting something so beautiful in your life at this time. This could have to do with a partnership, with the Lovers being at the end of your week here. But a lot of the time, the Lovers is also about a decision being made in your life that brings you into alignment with healing and the correct path for you. It's a commitment card. I often see it as, personally. Commitment to source, commitment to self, commitment to your journey here, getting out of your own way. With the Hope card right there as well, the Magician, it's all of this energy shows that a change that you make because you're guided by Spirit to close a cycle and move forward to a new beginning brings you so much power. You have a lot of resource, even if you feel like you don't. You actually have all that you need because the Magician is here. And as you step into your own power, there's this sense of rejuvenation that comes, a sense of hope and knowing that you're on the right path. So what I see in this journey for you, while things are moving ahead, there's new beginnings, there's a lot of, explore the possibilities. You're being really encouraged here to move forward and explore things that are different for you, or go a little deeper in something, or learn something new, really dedicate yourself to something here. I forgot what I was going to say there. Just went. Yes, what was I going to say? That's troublesome. Maybe you have a mind blanks yourself. No, that's not coming back. It feels way too far away now. So I think that's part of the message there then. Like, there might be something that's really far away from you and it's not coming back, and there might be a bit of grief around that. Like, there is some cards that trickle a bit of grief. I see the Tears in the Willow card, which we'll get to soon. We have I Am Ready in your personal power cards, but she covers her face. It's like, I don't know. But you are ready. Don't be afraid. Don't let the past hold you back. You may be feeling like out of place or out of depth with this Homesick card. You may be feeling like you're floating and there's nothing anchoring you, or you may feel like you're alone. But you're being called to something and you need to trust that to explore the possibilities. So let's look at the challenge. We have the Three of Pentacles, Five of Swords, Page of Cups, I feel like there's kind of separation here with these two. So 3 of Pentacles, 5 of Swords. You may have needed to walk away from collaborations, groups, situations here that are competitive or full of, you know, just pettiness or drama, or just something here that's just not so great. There's a battle, there's blood, you know. It's not a comfortable situation when it perhaps could have been, or feels like it should have been. And with the Page of Cups here as well, I feel like there's potentially a creative block because of this situation, or it could also be a need for forgiveness in some way, or acceptance. I feel like there's a lot that of creativity that can stem from this situation, like something about what you've been through helps you, inspires you to create something new, if that makes sense, some way. Surprises as well, I think, is a bit of a challenge at the moment as well, like something that you didn't expect, a little bit of a surprise as the fish jumps out of that cup. Yeah, just younger people not seeing eye to eye as well for some. I'm getting actually, like, for someone out there, you may have like multiple little children and they argue because they're siblings, and that might be part of your challenge at the moment, is just getting them to get along, like getting a group of people to get along. That might be the challenge at the moment. Whether they're your children or you feel like they're your children because of how they act, I don't know. But there's forgiveness is a challenge at this time as well. Just teamwork, feeling supported is a challenge. What will help with the challenge? What have we got here? We have the Ace of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, the 5 of Cups, and the 3 of Cups. Lots of emotion here. First and foremost, new beginnings, Ace of Pentacles. You even have the new beginnings in the Sacred Destiny Oracle. So this card is all about new horizons, opportunities, and things that are there for you. Like, it's time now is what this is saying. Whenever you see the new beginnings card, especially coupled with an Ace of Pentacles in the sort of what will help with challenge area, you know, it's saying embrace, embrace, embrace these new beginnings, move forward, because there's a lot of abundance waiting for you and there's no need to delay. Like, it's now, it's be open to the possibility, like, literally explore the possibilities, be open, because you actually are ready, even if you think you are not. You've got way more capability and mastery in your energy than you believe you do. Like, I'm thinking like you might need to have a little bit of a check-in with yourself and see how far you've come, because I'm getting that you actually don't give that much credit as you should. I think the people around you see how much you've grown, but you're not really acknowledging that enough. So I think it would be beneficial to do that, because you are a very powerful person. Like, what I can see here is, you know, an insane amount of power and intuition and just manifestation ability. Like, you can really manifest. So what have we got here? The Queen of Cups, the 4 of Cups, the 3 of Cups. I think the message here is about doing something, the right thing for your heart. And with the 4 of Cups, there's it, and then the 3 of Cups, right? Take us how it resonates, because it'll be different for everyone. For some of you, this is like, you do need to really remove yourself from situations that are emotionally draining, emotionally manipulative, or just extremely disappointing because you give and do not receive in return. It's time to pull back from those energies and connect with people that are your friends, the people that care for you, people that are there for you, to build I'm getting here like it's to build a life on this as well. Like, this is like something in the past potentially for a lot of you or some of you. And while it may be very hard to let go of, and it could be something you still have love for, there's a need to make new memories. There's a need to get yourself out there. There's a need to connect and find, what do I want to say? I don't think you need to be actively looking for anything. I think you just need to be open to life and open to connection, open to good times, open to invitations, or even sending invitations and creating. Yeah, but no, I don't know. A tea party might be in order. Having tea. We have got, you know, alcohol bottles here. So some of you may be dealing with somebody who has substance issues. Maybe that's within yourself as well, or it might be a need to just choose something different. Choose a different hobby, like that's a hobby, but like to replace one habit with another. There might be something you want to work on at the moment. But yeah, I think as well, like when we look at the Four of Cups, we're looking at pessimism and disappointment, but the Three of Cups is celebration and joy. So I think it's also seeing the silver lining in your situation, and not perhaps not sitting so much in the victim mentality of what isn't working out, and acknowledging the blessings that are in your life and then building upon those. So further guidance, we have three major arcanas: the Fool, Justice, and the Sun. Starting with the Fool, I really do believe it's time for you, like it says, new beginnings, explore the possibilities. You know, I am ready. It's all here. It is time for you to go and do something different. Something perhaps you haven't done before. I do feel a risk element to this card for some people. So if that's some sort of risky move for you, whatever this is, you are encouraged to do so. You're also encouraged to bring more balance into your life. If you've been maybe obsessing, I'm hearing the word, obsessing over a situation, then there is a need for you to try to just drop back into the body, out of the mind, and be here in this lived experience by doing something that perhaps brings you more joy, bringing you into the sunshine. There's a lot of messages here about just actively turning it around in a sense, like instead of dwelling, to go and maybe listen to those mantras that I'm going to list below, and see what they do for you, see what they open up for you. You might like to create a bit of movement in the body while you're listening, because that is a really good way to release a bit of energy in motion. I feel like movement is a really, really powerful thing to do, especially when connecting to things like mantra. So with the Sun card here, it's all about positivity and looking towards a positive situation in the future. For those in legal situations, you can definitely see a positive outcome here. There may be a risk involved, but things will balance out as they should. Yeah, it is time for you to shine. It's time for you to play. It's time for you to not take it all so seriously too, in a sense. I'm getting there. Like, just, there's a lot of talk about playing with children. Maybe it's your own inner child if you don't have children yourself. Yeah, this play could also be within your creativity, rather than high expectations of yourself, to actually have fun with the process of what you're learning or what you're creating. So in the outcome, I was so happy to see this card, the Hierophant, in your outcome, because look at her. She's studying something, some body of work that you're mastering here. This is a very deep commitment, and I do feel it's to something academic for a lot of you. Yeah, I've got to say, I mean, this could be relationship related, but I just really don't pick that up so strongly in this reading for group 1 this week. Like, it looks more about your journey there. Yeah, there's connections around you, then not all of them are so easy. There's not seeing eye to eye with some for sure, but the journey here is about you staying on track for where you've got to go, because you've got the Soul Gifts training card. You are learning something. You're in training for something. It's time to step up into that. You've got Portal, doors are opening. You decide, rewards, wild card. So it could go anywhere. It's like Spirit will guide you, push you, help you, encourage you, but it's really up to you to take that ball and run with it, sort of. Like it's you decide. The doors are open. Do you walk through them? I think you do. You have the Nine of Cups here and the Moon. I feel like you're learning something here. Something, when we see the Moon card, we do see fears and illusions and all those things. But for me, with the combinations and all the cards around it, I feel like you're learning something about the mysteries of life. Perhaps you're learning some esoteric knowledge, or to strengthen your own intuition so that you can perhaps be a teacher or a guide of some kind. Maybe you're teaching psychic development courses, or maybe there's something you're doing that really encourages your own intuition and growth, so that what I see here is like intuition balanced with practical knowledge. This is a force. You're a force is what I'm saying. Nine of Cups in the center of your outcome shows that this is something you're manifesting that is great wish fulfillment. And the Nine of Cups sat below the Magician, and the imagery there, like, you've got everything you need. You look at the power, look what you're creating. You're making some magic. And I do feel like it's a ripple effect too. Like, I don't think you realize how good things are going to get for you as you really step into this path. And a lot of that is to do with networking and possibilities yet to come that you're just not even there yet. But I feel that for you. Like, I feel like this is nothing on what will expand from this, if that makes sense. So in this beautiful deck, thank you Myra for sending this one in, the Everyday Witch Oracle, brand new to the collection. I'm going to read from the book for you for this one. I really love the imagery. It's so cozy. Affirmation for the healing, for healing the heart. That glare is a bit rude today. So, where we got it there. We all have dreams. Nope, not the one. Affirmation for healing the heart. Life can be tough. There are times when all of us feel sad and brokenhearted, relationships that don't work out, the loss of pets or human loved ones, illness, disappointments. There are plenty of things that leave us wounded and aching. It's okay to be sad, but when that sadness doesn't go away or interferes with our ability to function in a healthy way, we may need to look outside ourselves for help in moving past it. That can mean family or friends, a counselor, or reaching out to a deity for healing. Be kind to yourself and allow others to be kind to you too. You can see that in the combination here of wallowing and feeling sad. And then there's friendship. And this is in the suggested what will help with the challenge. To come out of this sadness and connect with your friends. Or that if, what does it say here? A deity. You can find that in the mantras below. Oh yeah. You really can, and you will feel them as you call on them. Action. Sometimes the smallest things can be healing to the heart. Sitting by the ocean or under the stars, petting an animal or playing with a child, we did say. Doing something nice for someone else. Do one small thing today that puts a smile on your face. And if that isn't possible, put a smile on the face of another. Tomorrow, do one more small thing. You might be surprised to see how they add up. You can even allow someone to do one small kind thing for you. And maybe that's in relation to this one thing that expands into many other great things. But I kind of also feel like this is a much greater manifestation that's well past the pain of this experience, but more to do with your destiny. Divination. This card means you have a heart that is in need of mending. If so, what are you doing to help the process along? Are you doing your best to heal, or are you wallowing? If you need help in healing, are you looking for it or accepting if it is offered? If your heart is doing just fine, and I hope it is, perhaps this card is an indication that you can do something to help someone else whose heart is filled with sorrow. Look around you, and if you see someone who is dealing with heartbreak, reach out and offer a hug or a shoulder to lean on, or just an ear to listen. The magic of this card: if you're stuck in a place of pain, sorrow, and having a hard time moving on, try saying this simple affirmation every day for a month, or longer if it's helping. You can light a candle if you like, or just stand with both hands over your heart and say, I am broken, but I am healing. My heart grows stronger and more vibrant every day with the love of the God and Goddess. I am healing. Or you can find your own if that doesn't resonate, of course. It's a very sweet card. And then we have new beginnings, but then we have willow, and that's where I saw that weeping energy as well, the weeping willow, right? I grew up with one of those when I was a child. That was so fun. So the willow tree is characterized by its thin, palpable branches, and it's time that you take a leaf out of its book. Learning to be more adaptable in your mindset is a valuable skill, and soon you're going to find yourself in a situation where you'll need to be more flexible. Try not to get too stuck on thoughts of how you've always done things or how things have always been. Embrace a new outlook and try things differently. You might be surprised by the results. So encouraged to create this change. You are ready to explore the possibilities. It's all there. So the self-care cards I have for you to finish up your reading was essential oils. That one was quite strong when it landed on the table, so maybe you're already connecting to some oils that are helping you, or maybe this is something you've been sort of wondering about exploring. Very encouraged to do so. Yeah, definitely. Hinoki oil, Hinoki wood, very calming. I don't know what that one's coming to me, but I'll leave it with you though to discover. You have plan your career, create milestones, have a strategy to set yourself up for success. The card is here about soul gifts and training. It's time to step up. Absolutely. We've got get unstuck, get past the fear of change, embrace the transformation. You have got this. And get creative. Inspire and nurture the creativity in yourself to expand your thinking. feel like this is a really strong one as well, particularly the Get Creative card. Have fun with it, don't take it so seriously. Let the sun come back out, explore new possibilities. You are manifesting something brilliant, and the more you focus, study and learn new things, the happier you'll be. I really do feel that. So group 1, that is what I have for you in this reading. I hope it's given you some sort of comfort, clarity or guidance. For the 8-8 portal too, I forgot to mention, it is the 8-8 portal as I record this reading, so a very powerful time for change, and I can see it's really lining up with you too. So that's what I have, group 1, and I look forward to reading for you all again soon. Bye. Hey group 2, and welcome to your reading if you've chosen this beautiful little fox. So Foxy is all about intuition. That's what it said on the box he came in. But also fox is about, it's often about being cunning, being strategic. It often comes with the 7 of Swords, of deceptions. So maybe some of those happening around you at the moment, but mostly I feel like this message, this is a spirit guide fox. This is like somebody coming along to help guide you to the light, is what it feels like for me. Like a little friend that when you're lost in the woods and it's dark and they just appear out of nowhere and say, come on, this is the way to go. And you instantly know to trust them. I don't know, there's something, I didn't expect to say that, but that's that. Okay, so group 2, wow. I want to say maybe let's just jump straight in because this is a bit of a situation. But let's start with the energies, we'll take it easy. So we've got Gemini is here, I can see Capricorn, Leo is here, perhaps quite strongly. You can also see Taurus, Aquarius as well. So it could be your energy, it could be someone you're dealing with, it doesn't have to be. Got a bit of the, actually we'll say the water and the fire signs. So Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Aries, Leo, Sag. Yeah. Did I say Capricorn? Okay. Let's jump into the past energy, group 2. We have got the Lionsgate portal at the time of this recording as well. So it is a very powerful time for change and alignment with your purpose. So in the past energy, group 2, we have the Lovers, the 6 of Swords and the 9 of Wands. So here I'm seeing, for some of you, this is a partnership that may have ended because we have the 6 of Swords moving away from the Lovers and then resulting in the 9 of Wands, meaning that this situation that's potentially ended has got you feeling quite wounded and self-protective. Walls are up, feeling like who do you trust? What do I do from here? So there is potentially a bit of confusion and emotional or mental overwhelm. You may even feel like you're struggling with a bout of depression or mental health not feeling so great in this energy. But that's okay. I feel like you've got a lot of tools. You are a group 2. I know you've got a lot of capability. So when we look at this as well, I feel like because the Lovers is here, to me it feels purposeful, even if it is something that is a challenge. It's purposeful, it will bring you a lot more peace. I feel like you're trying to find peace over the last few days, just trying to push on forward and persevere. 9 of Wands can be a very resilient energy, and I feel like you're trying your damn best. Like I got this real feeling like, God damn it. You're just trying your best to find peace or find ease or just let something settle or just find peace. 6 of Swords, like the leaves are falling. We've definitely got something falling away here. And something revealed with the full moon as well, which is, perhaps been quite shocking and that's why it's got you in this energy. You may be feeling defensive, like I feel frustrated when I hold this card. Like I feel like getting angry. I want to say a lot of things I'm not going to, but you probably see me on the channel do that a bit sometimes. I just like, and I start to let it out, but we're just not going to do that. Maybe that's where you're at too. Like you may want to just like do something in reactory mode, like you just want to lash out in some way potentially. But you're like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to choose peace, or I'm just going to, I know better than that, or I'm just like, I still feel so though, but like, so that might be where you're at. It's a it's not an uncomfortable feeling. Let's just put it that way. So moving right ahead, if we can, right, into the current energy. Devil is the first card out. So for some of you, there's temptation around this situation. But for many of you, it's just to say that this situation is not as healthy as you may like it to be. There may be obsession in the situation. You may be really overthinking about it, feeling very attached, or finding it hard to let go, finding it hard to unravel or free yourself, which is interesting because you do have the freedom card in the Sacred Destiny Oracle. And I do feel like this, with that Lovers starting your reading, this is about your sacred destiny, and whatever this situation is not part of your destiny, although it is part of your life journey. It's not where you're like meant to end up. So there is a sense of freedom that comes from this situation once you have really freed yourself, like, you know, mentally, emotionally, just time as well, like time and space from away from what's happened is going to help with you to really truly release. So as we move into the week ahead, I was going to say trickle into the week ahead, I don't know why, so maybe you feel like a trickling is happening in your life, or that things are moving so slow, or maybe wisdom is trickling down and it's like just bit by bit, and it's just slowly getting you on the way or something. So what I'm seeing here in this combination, even though it is about the week ahead, I want to see this combination as a bit of the story that you've been through, where you may, with the Two of Wands, the Ten of Cups, I should say these are, it looks to me like you may have, what do I want to say? It came out quite strongly when I first pulled the cards. I'm like, there was a solid sentence about this combination and I don't remember it. It was something along the lines of sacrificing something, like, I don't know, there's like something about this is maybe sacrificing the truth or sacrificing something that's authentic, something so that you can have this dream that you really want now. And it may be that you want this picture. Maybe you want the family and the children and the partner and all of this happiness that is the Ten of Cups. It is emotional fulfillment. It's the happy family home. And with the Devil here, you maybe have been in a relationship where you really wanted that, and there may have been potential for that, but it's also a toxicity or something that's not actually healthy in this situation. And you may have overlooked that to try and hold on to this. But with the Two of Wands here, I think you're really seeing that this is just a temptation, just like something dangling, but it wasn't actually the truth of what you deserve and what you are actually destined for. I do feel you are destined for this happiness, but whatever's happened here has been something it's just part of the life journey. I don't think we need to give it all that much meaning. It's an experience that you will take a lot from, I do feel, mentally, just learning from this experience, and everyone will take a different thing because it's a different scenario for everyone. But I do really strongly feel like there's this sad disappointment here about what could have been, or an attachment to an ideal outcome. So as we progress into the week ahead, from the Ten of Cups, we have the Five of Cups and the Five of Pentacles. So there is a lot of grief around the ending of this situation. There's a lot of loneliness potentially. You might be feeling very isolated and disconnected from a person or a situation, feeling out in the cold, as we often see with the Five of Pentacles in the snow. I think she's quite upset about the Three Cups spilled out, the opportunities that are no longer. And it very much could be a relationship for many of you. So this week it looks like just dealing with the grief, just dealing with that reorientation I'm getting, just, acceptance and being okay with being sad. Like, that's okay. It's all right to feel. Please do, and encourage you to feel these feelings so that they can pass. And I was going to say, I did say for group one, because before I started recordings today, it is my birthday too, so I wanted to really have a good dance session first. And I felt particularly called to mantra music this morning. And so I really also felt group one would benefit, but now I'm in your reading, I think you will too. So I'm going to be listing a couple of my favorite mantra songs down below. And if you are finding yourself one day this week, particularly feeling a little bit low and you've got a bit of space by yourself, then please put on some of those mantras and move your body in whatever way. Just sway a little bit, or just get some of that energy in motion, just get some of that stuff moving. Maybe you'd like to chant along to some of the mantras, or maybe you've got your own music that helps you. But I do feel like there's a I think that would be beneficial. So I am going to post them below. And I hope that you find something healing in there, especially the, what one? Is it Gayatri mantra? There's another one. There's one that feels, I'll list it below because I'll sit and think about it before I actually post. There's one in particular that feels like a mother's hug when you're going through a great deal of grief. And it's not no, it's not Gayatri. I'll post it below either way, and hopefully you find your way to it. So it is a very beautiful healing music for you. So should you find yourself in this position, please do reach out to not only your friends and family and the people around you that support you, because I do feel like you have that, but also I'm actually getting a miscarriage here with the balloons just quickly, so that might be a message for someone as well. Maybe you're grieving the loss of a child, that especially with the baby in the basket here, and I'm very sorry if that is a message for you. That's not an easy situation to move through at all, and please do reach out for support in all ways. I'm actually feeling quite emotional as I connect to whoever that's for. So talk therapies, a friend, anyone, please reach out for support. Please do that. I really feel that no matter what it is that's going on for you, reach out for perhaps some grief counselling or something. If it is to that severity, everyone will be different, of course. So take it if it's yours and leave it for whoever it belongs to if it's not yours. So in the end of the week, I do love this change of energy for you. From the Five of Pentacles, we have the Page of Pentacles and then the Queen of Wands. So it looks like you turn the situation around. Well, that's life. It ebbs and it flows, and as we move through pain, the sun comes out again. And with this Page of Pentacles, it's like you, I don't know, maybe you dust yourself up and think, you know what, okay. It's like maybe you land in acceptance. It's like a rock, oh wow. Yeah, it's like a rock bottom, and I'm just like, boof, my eyes connect to the literally words rock bottom. And cracked open, rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. That's literally where you find yourself this week. And so if you've got to go through it to get there in the next few days or whatever, by all means, allow that, open up to it, because you are being cracked open. Surrender to the alchemy of life. We also have, I'm going to hold up now, weight of the world, boundaries, let it go. It's not yours to carry. It's not your destiny, I'm hearing, in this at this time, or whatever this is. If it is a beautiful child in your arms, or if it is a loving family or a partnership of some kind, whatever it is that you want for you, that it's not to say that it's not in your destiny. It's just maybe not that person or not this timing. That's why that flipped out so hard. This flipped out like you wouldn't believe. I trust in divine timing. I can't, oh my goodness, I can't stress how serious I feel and in this moment about this particular part of the message. I really I hope you can feel it too, and past intuitives out there probably will be feeling those vibes too, like as maybe not, so whatever. I know I am, and it just feels like, if even just not yet or something, you know. And so you go on your journey and you accept that, you come to that peace, you surrender to the alchemy of life, and you open up your new journey, and you look to the path ahead. Like, you can see that he's left this village, this town, and he's just left, you know, and he's out on a new adventure, and he's got the resources he needs. He's got a little familiar by his side. He's got a map. He can kind of go anywhere he wants. And then you have the Queen of Wands. So this is showing me that you step into your power, you manifest, you remember who you are, right? I'm just, I don't know why. Queen Herbie, Vitamins, that is a song that came in once when I was feeling quite just low and that day. And then that song came through like a tarot reading, actually. I think it was recommended by Eso Tarot or something. And so I just put it on, I felt drawn to, and it just remembered who I am, and I just slipped straight into this Queen of Wands energy. So maybe Vitamins by Queen Herbie is something you feel called to listen to as well, if you just need a little bit of a pump up, because it is a bit like that. But yeah, I just see you manifesting and drawing things towards you because you step back into your power. And at the moment, you're just dealing with feeling guarded and feeling the lack, and that's okay. That's where you're supposed to be given what's happened here. But you will come back into your energy, into your life force. You will ignite again, is what I'm seeing here. So in the challenge, we have got the Tower, the Five of Wands and the Hierophant. And of course we see this here because there's been some sort of Tower moment, something that wasn't actually stable to begin with. It started building something that it never had a solid foundation. It had wishes, it had, I'm hearing illusion, but and like potential maybe, but it wasn't built in the way it's required, or it wasn't the right components, or it wasn't the right builder. I don't know. Let's just leave it. The point is there was a Tower. 5 of Wands and the Hierophant, it shows that there was a difference in the level of commitment here. So maybe you wanted different things from another person. Maybe there's multiple people involved, a lot of gossip and drama. Maybe there's family stuff here going on that you might not be aware of, or maybe you are. I don't normally say that. That felt like I needed to. So for some, there may be things you're not aware of with family. But what I just see in this is just a lack of commitment, or a lack of being on the same page. And I also feel like there's drama in study here now, like in the Hierophant, because this is schooling, and this is so maybe this has affected your schooling, or maybe this has affected a group of people that you're involved with in some sense. Like, well, that is the challenge. Let's see what will help with the challenge. We have strength. And look at even this, actually. Like, I just see how she's got her wand here. You've got the strength to go through any Tower moments, is what I'm feeling, because you've got so much more power than whatever this situation is, or whatever this situation gave you. You've got way more. I feel like in some situation you were selling yourself short with regards to something. Maybe it's because you had a big dream and you really wanted it, and you felt like it was coming to you in this particular package. But I just feel like you were selling yourself short because you wanted it so badly that you overlooked certain things, or didn't take your time to really see it for what it is and approach it in such a way that lets it become what it may, without trying to impose this desire that you have deep down onto the situation. I don't know, there's something there that you actually deserve better, and you're going to get better. Like, you, not as in you're going to get better, as be better. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're going to receive more than what you actually thought this was. Like, I don't know. I hope that makes sense. But strength. Strength. Leo's energy. Feeling it for the Lionsgate portal, and you may need a lot of strength during this portal. It's a big change. We have the Ten of Swords, the King of Cups, then the Ten of Swords here. So you may be having strength over someone who has an emotional pull on your heart, potentially. You're encouraged here to, like, we got the Tower in the challenge. What will help with the challenge is the Ten of Swords and strength, to have the strength to move through this ending, this relationship that has ended, most likely, to leave it behind. There may be emotional manipulation in this situation as well. You may be tempted to emotionally manipulate in the situation. Yeah, take it how it resonates. But what I'm seeing here is the need to overcome emotional unavailability, perhaps, as well, with the King of Cups here. It could be somebody. There could also be that this is something that, like, just, I see the dolphin in the background. There could be a lot of, like, sweet mystery, or, like, what am I getting? Like, because a mermaid is there too, so there's something about it that is, you know, what's the word for a mysterious being? I don't know. I hope you get what I'm trying to get at here. I do feel like there's something about this person that is still, like, no, I don't know about still. There's something about them that was fun, or playful, or like emotionally open, or soft, or like I'm getting something a little bit mysterious too. Like, maybe you could have conversations with this person about very playful and out there things, offbeat topics, and that might be something that's unique for you, to have that experience. There's something here about the uniqueness of this experience that's maybe harder to accept, the ending of. So further guidance, we have got the Queen of Cups, the Ace of Swords, and the Page of Swords. I feel like this is a time to really honor your own heart. We do have a lot of talk about pregnancy here, considering that she is pregnant as well. So I do feel like that for a lot of you may be mothers, or it might be a desire of yours to become a mother, or if it's not a human child, this could be something you want to create, something you want to nurture. Maybe you want to find yourself in a certain career position that enables you to give the nurturing you know you are so capable of giving. The Queen of Cups, I feel like it's time to really just tend to your sweet, soft heart, follow your intuition, to just be there for yourself. It's a very self-loving card. It's definitely time to be there for you. We do have that King of Cups, you know, ending with the King of Cups, so you may still feel a very strong emotional pull in that direction. But the encouragement is to accept the ending of that situation, and let it go. And with the Ace of Swords and the Page of Swords here, I do get this, again, a message of study or academics. So it might be that you really need to invest your heart and soul into something that you're learning, into what you can learn from this situation. Allow this situation to bring you clarity rather than self-doubt or fear, or feeling like, what's wrong with me, or why am I not like enough, or like something like that. And it's not even close to the case, is what I'm getting here. Like, I feel like you need to see clearly through the situation, the truth. And that's like coming back to that surrender to the alchemy of life, like seeing that there's actually a bigger picture here. And you even have this beautiful card from, thank you Mara for sending it in this week, it's gorgeous, Everyday Witch Oracle. I've wanted this deck for so long too. I feel like I'm getting quite spoiled this birthday month. Prayers and wishes, I'll read you the book from that in a moment, but just saying, prayers and wishes. She's got a wishing well here, and and the sun, the way that sun shines out, and the peace dove, there's, I feel quite emotional about this reading. I'm seeing dragonflies here too, so you deserve a really supportive environment. And like for you, when you get what you want, your wishes, your fulfillment, it's going to be easy, and it's not going to be something you have to fight for. It's not going to be something you doubt, and it's going to be so synergistic. It's going to be so like everything in the right moment, everything in every, like, I don't know, something about it that's almost perfection. I don't know, we'll leave it for a minute. But study, clarity, truth, moving forward with that. We might be starting a new study here. You might be really, like, I'm getting this sense of a renewal of devotion to learning something. So maybe this situation sort of really sets you on your path to stepping into your power, which we see with the Page of Pentacles, Queen of Wands at the end of your week. Like, look at the power in all of these cards. Very, very empowered. In the outcome, we have the Star, the Magician, and the Nine of Swords. Underlying energy for this reading is the Wheel of Fortune. So this is about big changes. The wheel is on the home. So for some of you, it might be a change in the home space. You might be moving. For others of you, it doesn't have to be about that. It can just be talking about destiny changing, destiny unfolding for you. The Three of Pentacles is under that, the Hermit. You might be wanting to take a bit of space away from groups of people at this time, just be there for you. It might be not, yeah, Queen of, sorry, I don't mean Queen, Nine of Pentacles, isn't she a queen though? Page of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. So yeah, you're really encouraged to go out there when you're ready, meet new people. You're going to meet new people on the path ahead. You're going to have new experiences. But for now, you maybe just want a little bit of time in your garden, you know, even the one underneath, a bit of time in your garden to heal from the Three of Swords. Continue listening to readings, maybe even book a reading if you'd like to get some guidance from a reader that you trust. So what have I got here? The Star, the Magician, the Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Swords, I mean, there is a new dawn just waiting for her, and a sweet little bird. Like, that bird is your buddy, and it's saying, you know, just look to the future. It's going to be okay. There's a beautiful sun rising, and it's not far away. It's actually right here. It's already here. It's already here. But that's okay too, that you want to, you know, sit a little longer. That's all right. You're going to build a lot of strength within yourself from this situation. I think when you see, I'm just getting 6 months from now, when you look back, you're going to really like see the value in it. Even if it was painful, you're going to see what you'd learned is actually a key little thing you needed for the future situation yet to come. I really feel that, and you'll know what it is. And it's just from the experience and also what you've observed in a person, and to be more careful and more selective, and have I'm just getting, yeah, like a stronger interview process, like really sussing something or learning something really deeply and slowly before projecting a desire onto it or steering it towards a certain outcome. Like just letting it see, like I was trying to say before, like let it be what it may, like let it show you what it is. Whatever comes to you, let it show you its truth without trying to project what you want onto it. But with the Magician here and the Star, we have, I'm just, yeah, okay, well, no, leave that. Things. So the Star and the Magician, this is, well, Magician is the most powerful card in the deck because it's somebody who has all of the resources within them to create the reality that they want. They can manifest. And what I'm seeing here is you're turning this self-doubt and this wallowing in what hasn't been, this perhaps sleepless nights and overthinking and mental anxiety and just, what else is there? Yeah, just sitting with your thoughts, and she's crying, and the pussycat's, oh, I don't want to look at it too deeply, I'm gonna cry. The pussycat's like just reaching up on her arm and it's okay, mommy, it's all right. There's something so comforting about that. So maybe you have a sweet little pussycat that is there to be your friend, and even the little toes, the way they're tucked into each other, like I don't want to feel that. That's lots of feelings. But the Star and the Magician, that's it. You may be in this energy in the outcome, but you're also turning this into your power, and you're going to feel hope again with the Star. The Star is all about hope, that renewal of hope. Like really, I don't know how else to say or explain that right now, and I feel like it would be good to. Just that sense of that renewal feeling, like, oh yes, everything is going to be okay, and I can manifest the greatest, and you're going to be excited again. Like you will, there's excitement again. So sorry if this has been too heavy or dramatic and more so than what your actual situation is, but I feel for many of the reconnecting to this, it might just be that way. So I'm going to honor that depth. But if your situation is a lot lighter, then, coast along the top of that message, if you get what I mean. So we did have cracked open, rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. You are being cracked open, more authenticity, more personal self-expression, more truth. Weight of the world, boundaries, let it go, it's not yours to carry. And you also have set boundaries in another deck as well. Setting boundaries in your life is a great way to put yourself first, which is really with all of this energy, Queen of Cups, the Page of Swords, like it is your time to put yourself first, see what else is out there, be curious and open to receiving information, education, self-love, connection, just, be curious and open to life, but setting boundaries and letting go too. All right, we have the prayers and wishes. We'll go to the book. Loving it. Okay, I'm going to hold it without the glare problem. A spell is much like a prayer. It's a way to send your hopes and thoughts and wishes and worries out into the universe to gain the attention of a deity with the power to help. Sometimes prayers are just general wishes. Like, please make this better. I wish I had more money. If only I could find love. Sometimes they are addressed to a particular god or goddess, or to the universal powers that be. No matter how you look at them, we all have moments when, no matter what form they take, we need to put our prayer or our wish and hope for an answer. Put out a prayer or a wish and hope for an answer. Action. Think about what you really need or want in your life. Not the little things, but the stuff that's really important to you. And then, as many of us did when we were children, wait for the first star to rise in the night sky and send your wish out with all your energy, saying, "Star light, star bright, first star I see tonight. I wish I may, wish I might, have the wish I wish tonight." Divination. If you get this card, it may be telling you that it's time to ask for help from a greater source. Or perhaps it is a hint that you should put more energy behind your prayers and wishes that really matter to you and start working on making those wishes come true. The magic of this card. If a spell is a kind of prayer, then putting your prayers and wishes into a spell is a perfect way to go. Figure out what you really want to ask for and write it down on a piece of paper. Bless the prayer with the power of air by waving a feather over it, or wafting it with incense or sage, or even blowing a little kiss to it, actually, I'm feeling. Anyway, they say, "I pray for dreams and wishes true, For help from the gods above, I ask these wishes old and new with perfect trust and love. Hold the paper in your hands and put all the energy from your prayers into it, and then make it into the shape of a paper airplane and send it sailing out into the world. If you can't do that, you can sail the airplane to your altar or some other safe place. Sweet little ritual for your prayers and wishes. You have the card of freedom, and this card is all about letting yourself be free from situations, from heaviness, from attachments, from obligations, from commitments. This is a time for you to really set yourself free in many areas of life, wherever you can seek freedom. Let's go to the book actually. Where are you? Express yourself without hesitation. Break free and let your spirit fly. Make choices that increase your freedom. Don't be tied down. Laugh, dance, explore, and go beyond predictable behavior. Be daring, cast aside restrictions, find your wings. As you do, you'll help others find theirs. You are not here to be ordinary or live a mundane life. You are here to step beyond limitation and self-imposed boundaries. Do not be trapped by convention or the need to please others. Choose life on your terms. Don't accept rules that don't feel right. You can be immensely free and yet still be part of a loving, supportive community. I love that. You have balance all dimensions of your life from higher self messages. And the citrus from the Seed and Sickle. Jackson, I always like to ask if I'm going to use this deck, like which book for which group, because I like him to tell me, and he said Dawn for everyone. So we're all at new beginnings in a sense. But I actually got that from group 1 as well, I think. Actually, I'm not sure. If you feel drawn to group 1, there may be a good reason. But this sense that, like, yes, life is pushing us through this portal, this 888 portal, right, maybe, but there's also this sadness about what has been in the last chapter, and that's very keenly still here in these readings, and that's all right. So this is a card of capability and empowerment. You've been stuck in limbo lately, waiting for someone to make time to help you. Ultimately, however, it will be faster to brush up on the skills you lack and do things yourself. Be like a citrus fruit with all its important nutrients. Fill yourself with value and strength that will benefit you both now and in the future. And I also see the red string of fate wrapped around it as well, which sort of talks about partnerships that are meant to be in your journey. And I feel like with the message of the oracle there, coupled with that string of fate, it's to say that as you get yourself on the road and just commit yourself to what you need to be doing right now, it will lead you to these divine connections that are meant to be in your world in the right timing. I trust in divine timing as your personal power this week, to really, truly trust in divine power. I don't know why I want to show you the mirror. Maybe you want to do some mirror work. I am sacred, another card from this deck. It talks about a time when I feel like somebody hasn't acknowledged your worth, or you feel disrespected or not seen, or something along those lines. And this is a time, this card comes out at a time when you need to do that for yourself, when you need to step up and see you and treat yourself as the sacred being that you actually are. It's a divine realization, and it couldn't come at a better time. Again, maybe the mantras from down below will help out with that. And we have some self-care oracles to finish off your reading. So some nutrition, nourish your bellies. Helps with mental health as well, of course, eating well. Your body is your temple. Get creative. Inspire and nurture your creativity. We have set boundaries. We saw that before. Actually, that's what happened. What happened? Something happened. Yeah, that's right. Strength fell on top of the Two of Wands and the Devil. And when it fell on top of it, it was almost as if to say you need to have the strength to enter this crossroads and keep going. But anyway, social media detox. Might be beneficial for you as well, or just change up the pages that you're following, or just stay away from the screens altogether and do a bit of dancing with mantra or something for you. So group 2, that is what I have for you in this reading. I hope that it's given you some sort of comfort, clarity or guidance in this particular situation. I'm sending lots of love and support for my group 2s this week, and I look forward to reading for you all again soon. Bye group 2. Hey group 3, and welcome to your reading. If you've chosen the Crackle Quartz, then this one is for you. And so crackle quartz is a beautiful stone for manifesting abundance, which I do believe you are on the journey of manifesting abundance, especially as I look at some of these cards. Also cleansing the aura. Might be a need to cleanse out some old energies, just have a little bit of a refresh or a reset. I just also feel like the complexity of who you are is reflected in all of these crackles, and maybe there are all the times you've been cracked open or feeling broken, or just all the experiences that have brought you to this moment, to where you're meant to be. There's a lot to be said for that at this time, so maybe you're very reflective on your journey and where you're headed, where you've come from. It's also the Lionsgate portal today, so at the time of this recording anyway, so we are embracing some change. So some of the energies I can see here in your reading are not too many. Virgo's here, and maybe Libra. I guess we could say the fire signs, Aries, Leo and Sag, because the Queen of Wands is in this reading, but yeah, other than that, not too many. I feel like saying Scorpio because I see the Ten of Swords, but it's not really Scorpio, is it? Anyway, oh yeah, Leo's there, truly, in the minor. So yes, all right, group 3, sorry, just looking through. We'll start with your past energy, as we always do, with the Ten of Wands, the Hermit and the Wheel of Fortune. So in the past energy, definitely hermitude. You've been taking a bit of time by yourself. Doesn't mean you haven't been connecting with people, but I feel like just really feeling like you are on this journey on your own in some sense. With the Ten of Wands next to it, you may feel like you have to do everything on your own. And you may have been perhaps isolating in the past and just dealing with your own stuff. I feel like maybe not really sharing too deeply of what is going on for you. You might have friends that you share the surface of things, but I kind of get that the depth of things you might keep to yourself a little bit more. Just sort of communing with spirit here in the bathtub, maybe quite literally for some of you. And then the Wheel of Fortune in your current energy, it shows that there's a change happening. You've even got the Oracle card called Change in your reading. And while these changes are here, it also feels like it's a slow change. It's something that's a bit bigger than this moment, and it's going to take time and commitment and your devotion and you showing up. And I think you know that too. Like there's some things you want to achieve, but right now I feel like you've just been sort of carrying a lot of it on your own, and with the Ten of Wands, carrying more than you need to as well. You may be trying to just sort of release some stuff from the past, some burdens, some also obligations I'm getting from some people. Like you might be sort of taking a bit of the stress off your own shoulders by saying no, or by saying, like, letting other people do things for themselves that you don't really need to be doing for them. Getting people to be more responsible for their own things. I'm like literally feeling like this is like teenagers or kids or something as well for some of you, or maybe it's even colleagues that dump their work on you. Like you might like to delegate a little bit. But with the Hermit here, it is definitely it has been a time for you sort of in meditation and just connecting in with spirit, really, about this journey and where you're headed. A lot of reflection here, a lot of reflection. So as we go into the week ahead, it's an interesting reading. I feel like there's like lots of characters in your week, maybe you interact with a lot of different people as you go through your days. I think you're well on your way to manifesting abundance, like the crystal suggests. We have the Nine of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles at the start of your week. This is the energy you find yourself in. So you might be sort of opening yourself up a little bit more. See, she has a banquet on the table and she's sort of waiting for her guests to arrive. Maybe you're literally having people for dinner. Or it just could be that you've got a little bit more to share at this time and you're feeling quite abundant and you're on your way to making even more abundance. And I think you're really stepping into your roles. So if that means you're studying or you've got an online business, like you're putting the time in, you're putting the effort in, maybe you're putting your work out there a little bit more this week. Like it's time for you to just get your hands a little dirty, maybe, and whatever that means. Like I'm seeing a pottery wheel, so maybe it's like that type of getting your hands dirty with creativity or gardening or something. Like there's things that you're doing. I feel like it's like you're kind of doing it all this week, like cooking really nice meals and doing a bit of gardening, going to appointments. Like I kind of feel like it's a bit of a getting it all done sort of energy when I look at this combo there. You've got a lot of unseen helpers around you, like the universe is really supporting you with the choices that you're making, or wanting to make. You may have a little bit of doubt and hesitation about certain choices, about your own capabilities and about what it's going to take for you to achieve success, but I just feel like holding this card up, I'm perceptive. So this card is about somebody who, with the cobwebs all in front of them and then the dead roses behind the cobwebs, it's almost like they're expecting the same negative results of the past, or feeling a little bit like, you know, past experiences have jaded you in some sense. Or so there might be something here where there's been something in the past that makes you feel doubtful for the future. But really, if you clear those cobwebs away, there's this beautiful divine rose that is fresh and fragrant right there waiting for you to inhale. So I feel like this message is about you being very positive and not letting past situations or any barriers or any challenges hold you back from believing in the greatest outcomes and your capabilities, because it's all here, especially as the center of your week is the Queen of Wands. That is a very empowered energy, stepping into roles of leadership, being very magnetic. She is a mystic, so you might be somebody yourself who gives readings or gives guidance or helps lead or teach your community or the people around you in some way. She has stopping her friend from burning herself. You might resonate with that message this week. Maybe you're helping a friend with something, or it could be the other way around. Maybe a friend helps you with a bit of advice that stops you from making a decision that might impact you negatively in some way. So with the Queen of Cups, we also have Queen of Wands, we have the 10 of Cups, Judgment, and the 6 of Wands in your week as well. So I see what I mean about a lot going on. Maybe there's actually a wedding happening for some of you that you're attending or a part of. It doesn't have to be that literal, of course. It can also just be really beautiful times, memories being made over the weekend. Maybe there's an event coming up or something where you're just out and about and doing things. There's days spent in devotion here with the Judgment card. There's a lot of realizations about your path of success this week, I'm feeling here. There's a lot of happiness and fulfillment here. There's a lot of really positive changes, basically. And especially considering we've come from the 10 of Wands and the Hermit to the Wheel of Fortune. It shows that this heaviness of the past, this isolation, this heavy period you've been going through is starting to give way to a more positive experience and just, more opportunities, I feel, for you. So with the Judgment here and the 6 of Wands, I do feel like this is a pretty big calling for you to step up in some way, or to share your work, or to just actively engage in your path in a way that's going to be noticed by other people. I don't think you need to try to be noticed. I think you naturally will be. There may be some reward coming in this week, or a sense of reward in just life experiences. In the challenge, we have the Knight of Wands, Magician, 8 of Swords. This can be numerous things. For some of you, I feel like you might be just sort of a bit scattered with your energy, going here, going there. There's maybe one big thing you want to achieve, or maybe numerous big things, but there's also these little side goals or side missions you might be taking yourself on. Some of them not so great, perhaps. Some of them you might be leaving you feeling a bit exhausted. Some of them might be a bit impulsive. And that's in the challenge area. You may be also dealing with somebody who's a bit hot and cold, or off and on. That energy can be shown in the Knight of Wands at times. For most of you, though, I feel like this challenge is just in it could show in any way, but these are just like, some of them are within yourself, like little challenges within yourself, but whether it's self-doubt and your capability, or just feeling like not good enough, or feeling like there's some limitation here. But with the 8 of Swords, it is all in the mind, and it's not actually true. And with these cards, like the imagery here, there's a lot here about rituals and manifestation and symbolism, and just like unraveling the mysteries of life. So maybe you're trying to tap in, maybe you're like going through your own activation of your own manifesting abilities, and you might be coming up against some challenges there, some mental blocks and things, but that's the challenge for you to overcome, I think. And when we see all these other cards about you, just the Page of Pentacles is about starting something new, and an opportunity that can grow into something much greater. It could be to do with your work or a creative idea that you've got. But I feel like we need a bit of maybe consistency with the things that are most important, and clearing away the things that distract you. Yeah. You might just not be feeling very energetic or motivated at times, but that's going to change as we see the energy progress. Like at the time of hitting this recording or sorry, listening, you might feel, you know, a little bit lethargic. Or I want to kind of get more. Bottom deck energy is the Four of Swords, which is meditation and sort of withdrawal to rest. It's contemplating, it's maybe even a little thing, a bit of pain. Oh, my head just went funny then. I don't know how to explain that sensation. That was a different one. Pressure in the ears, but brain, I don't know. We'll leave that. Might have just been me. Probably having an aneurysm. All right. So what am I confirming? I'm confirming over there, Two of Swords. Uncertainty. Woo. And the High Priestess and the Five of Swords. So yeah, you are needing to just trust your intuition and trust the magic, but also releasing yourself from things that are draining, any competitive energy that you might have. And also this sense of like, you want to manifest something, whether it's abundance or great power or to really develop your talents and your gifts. It's all there, but it's in the area of challenge, and there's a need to just trust, I think, and relax into your gifts, relax into your power and your capabilities, rather than striving so hard. Perhaps it might be a need to just more embody these energies in a different, more feminine or subtle way. And there's a real strong message of trusting the magic and trusting intuition here. I feel like there's more to be said. There's something here like about like, yeah, you may want to know how something's going to turn out, or there's something you want to know but you can't know it yet because it's unwritten, it's untold, and it's something you've got to be an active participant in, if that makes sense. With the what will help with the challenge, I like to see your 2 eights after having an 8. That's a lot of karmic cycle energy when I see that many 8s in a row, and then a 9 afterwards. So it's like you're breaking an old cycle of being stuck. But we have the 8 of Wands, 8 of Cups, 9 of Wands in what will help with the challenge. So first of all, 8 of Wands, this is a more condensed energy. I'm feeling like it's more streamlined into one desire or one purpose. So it could be that message of getting moving on the most important things and not being distracted by other things, letting other things go, perhaps, with the 8 of Cups. But it's also a message of finishing something perhaps that you've already started. So if you've started to write a book, and write a little more, or if there's an assessment waiting for you, then get to it, that sort of thing. Like, I feel like there's a need for you to stream your energy into one area and letting go of other areas that are perhaps very exhausting. You might need to sit with what those are. There's a need for clarity around some things. You've got a few cards in the Oracle that actually suggest that as well. So there is a bit of emotional confusion potentially, or maybe just lots going on. This reading is an interesting one, and I'm not sure. You know, I say that all the time, I'm sure, like, I don't know what I'm talking about. You guys seem to know, but I'll just leave it with you guys to figure out. Other times I do the reading and I'm like, I know what this is about completely. It's very clear. But from this reading, it's like there's so many variables. There's so many little things going on that they could be literally anything for you guys. But what I feel the most of this is about you rising into your own personal power, respecting your body, respecting your mind, stepping into your abilities and your talents. Further guidance here. We have the 9 of Cups, the 2 of Wands, and the 10 of Swords. Interesting, we have the happy birthday message. So whoever's birthday is Leo season, it's my birthday today. Spending it with you beautiful people. And we'll go out for dinner later. But yeah, 9 of Cups. So this is definitely a wish fulfillment, or quite literally a birthday celebration. And we have the 2 of Wands, which is crossroads, and then the 10 of Swords, endings. But this particular ending, she's not stabbed everywhere and dead on the ground. She's more the phoenix rising. So this is saying that the changes that are coming into your life right now, that although they may be slow, this is bringing you the greatest wish fulfillment. And I just want to keep coming back to that main message of creating abundance from this crystal, because I really feel like that's what's happening for group threes, even if it's a long way off, or maybe it's at your fingertips. Everyone's going to be at a different area of their timeline, but I really feel like this is a time for you to really rise up and step into some really great manifestations that you've been working very hard for. And it even reflects in the outcome with the 5 of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, right? Starting with the 5, the lack, the lost, being lost, not sure which way to go. Spirit's going this way, but she looks to the past and goes, oh, and she's doubting. She's got earmuffs on, she can't hear the messages, she's feeling disconnected, she's feeling alone, without resource, all of it, right? 4 of Pentacles is somebody who's, maybe they're at a rock bottom, maybe they're at a fresh beginning, maybe they need to pull their resources in and do a bit of a stock take and recalibrate and reorganize and rebudget. This is about building a very solid, stable ground foundation, underneath yourself, so that you can build upon that. And coming from the 5 to the 4, there may have been a loss, but it's like a back to the drawing board with even more wealth of experience and understanding and knowledge, which turns to the 10 of Pentacles. So it's like one loss turns into so much more abundance, if that makes sense in some way. What you're doing right now will lead you to a great deal of stability and success. And I do feel like a big level of abundance is available to the people connecting to group 3. A lot of that is what you're creating. You've got the 9 of Pentacles in your current energy. That is somebody who's very self-sufficient and already has all that they need, truth be told. But you will build upon that so much more. So in the oracles, we have star bathing, light body, crystal grid, transmission, and activation. Definitely a time with the Queen of Wands in your reading to be activating yourself, your purpose, stepping onto your mission. I feel like as well, some of you might be doing a bit of energy work, particularly with the Magician here. In your challenge, you may be feeling like you need to do some energy work, or this might be something that you want to help encourage along. Maybe you're really exploring some of those different rituals and things that you can do that help with activation. We have wait, it's not time yet, things are being woven, and that has been a pretty strong message for a while with group 3s. While things are happening, it's still this sense that it's a, good things come to those who wait, and Rome wasn't built in a day, and all of that stuff, right? I like things that are, personally, I love earth energy and things that take a while to build, because it's worth it. So much more worth it than some instant gratification situation. So we have meditation for clarity from the beautiful Everyday Witch Oracle. Thank you, Myra, for sending them in. I really did want this deck for quite some time, so it's really nice getting so spoilt already this month. Meditation for clarity, I'll read from the book. Got a glare there? No. It can be hard for us to see things clearly, and the closer we are to them, the harder it can be. This is especially true when we're looking at ourselves or at the important issues that affect our lives. But strong emotion is involved that makes it even tougher. But that doesn't mean it's impossible, just that we have to make it a special effort to reach for clarity. The action is meditate on this statement while focusing on the picture on the card. Get a little closer. Ask yourself, do I see myself with clear and honest eyes? Is there something I know in my heart I need to look at more clearly? Try to put aside emotion for the moment and simply be, and then look again. The divination of this card. This card is a suggestion that it is time to seek out clarification for an issue or issues, or look more closely at something that perhaps you have been viewing through eyes clouded with emotion or prejudicial statements of others. Do not take things at surface value, but rather make sure that what you think you are seeing is really the truth. And I feel like even with the Queen of Wands, some of you, that might be a literal conversation you have with a friend who helps you see things clearly, somebody who's a guide for you, maybe even booking a reading with a mystical woman, somebody who can see for you, help shine and lead the way, helping you come to manifest even more abundance. So for some of you that this is not for everyone, this is like a one-person message, but there's some of you that you've already perhaps got a reading booked. There might be a really positive prophecy that comes through that reading. something you're going to be told that helps you, encourages you on the path, like that, or even if it's not, like for other people it could come in the other ways if it's not a reading, like there's some sort of hint of a really happy thing that's there for you in the future. So you have the card Change, and this is exactly what this card is about, literal change. It is a time when you're allowed to change your mind at any time. You don't need to be obliged or committed to anything that doesn't feel right for you anymore. You have permission to change at the drop of a hat if you so choose, or as soon as you're given information or a different awareness, you're allowed to change the path you're on. You're encouraged to change a path or a choice or something. We have the Moonwort card from Seed and Sickle, and I asked Jackson if it was going to be dawn or dusk. Those that don't know, Jackson is the crystal picker. My son picks the crystals for the reading. I realise not everybody knows that. But yeah, little boy, he picks the crystals, and sometimes I ask him some other things too. And so I asked him if it would be dawn or dusk, and everyone was getting dawn this week. I think last time it was dusk. So there's new beginning energy, and you have Moonwort. A commonly cited magical property of the Moonwort fern is the power to pierce iron. There is said to be a hill in Devon in the UK so covered in moonwort that 30 freshly shod horses belonging to the Earl of Essex once lost their horseshoes whilst being ridden across it. Like moonwort, you can find inside you the power to conquer any hurdle that stands in your way. You may feel small and easily trampled, but every barrier that stops you from moving forward has its weak point. Embrace your own inner strength to find it. I love that. Yeah, that really echoes the rest of this reading as well. Like, wherever there's challenge, like you've in that challenge area. That's right. You've got what it takes to push on forward, to persevere. The Nine of Wands is all about perseverance. Like, yeah, they're wounded, they're tired, they're exhausted, but they have that last push that gets them through. Learn how to treat and honor your body. Was it honor and treat your body well, I mean. And then some self-care prompts for the week ahead. You got this one. The less you give us stuff, the happier you will be. Clarify your desires, another card of meditation for clarity, and now clarify your desires. Meditation would be beneficial. That's right, I was gonna say, I didn't say it earlier because it was probably more for group 1 and 2, but maybe 3 as well if you feel called. I'm gonna drop a couple of my favorite mantras below because I feel like that would be really beneficial if you feel called to listen to any of those. And by all means, put them on, find a little bit of quiet space and give your body a bit of movement perhaps. It can be really nice to help transmute some of the energies you're holding. So drop the excuses. When you drop the excuses, you'll start seeing results. I already see a lot of results in your reading ends in the Six of Wands. There's something really positive cooking here for you. And we have escape materialism. Shift your focus away from material and develop a healthy inner world. I think as well, this is about expectations on your work as well. Like, just enjoy the creative process and maybe not putting so much pressure to achieve or acquire, but rather just be with the process. So group 3, I hope that reading has clarified with you, because I don't fully, you know the what times when I feel that way. I'm sure if you've watched this channel before, there's times when I'm like, I have no idea if that resonated. I hope it did. I'm sure you did understand something. I hope you did. And the messages and comments are always saying, yeah, we got it, don't doubt yourself and all that. But, you know, it just felt like so detailed. So like lots of little things. But anyway, we'll leave it with you, group 3. Hope that's given you some sort of comfort, clarity and guidance, not too much confusion. And I look forward to reading for you all again soon. Bye.